All right, welcome to week 4 feature matches here for Tarkir Dragonstorm League. I got John P here with me for the first feature match tonight. How's it going?
It's going good. Happy to be here rooting on another fellow Mardu warrior and Kevin Icony, 1993.
Absolutely. This may be his last match. Actually, he's it's an elimination match for him. He's at 7-10, taking on Salvatore here, representing the Jess guy. He's a new player here, first league, first feature match. He's at 6-9, so not quite a death match, but both are should have very powerful decks since they have many packs behind them here. What's Kevin working with?
Kevin is on, because it's his last match, he wanted to play a Mardu deck
Mm.
to go out the Mardu way. So right now he's got a good amount of lands. He's got a Pack Beast. He's got two Pack Beasts, actually, Assault Road Pack Beast and the Deluvian Pack Beast. Delcovian, and then a Magmatic
Oh,
Hellkite. But a bunch of lands besides that, including a Greater Ration City, which is a good one.
all right. So we're missing a third land here, but at least we got a bookworm here to draw to it. This was the a mythic uncommon back in the days of Duskmorn. Uh, he's got also in his hand. He does have a face down creature here. He has an exit specialist.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
That's
the one
crazy.
from MKM, the one that flips up and
Like
bounces something. Um,
Bookworm's great to loot every turn, but when you're just drawing the card every turn, that's where it really
yeah,
shines.
I would play that with probably zero ways to put face down creatures in my deck. Like 2-3 that loots every turn for two. Like yeah, cool.
Yeah, great card.
So the question now is whether he wants to ramp here with the Dragonstorm Globe, but it's not like he has a 4 or 5 drop to play. He has two 6 drops. Um, so I think he's just going to go for the face down and draw a card here. So he's got the Karakik Guardian, the Teamer Dragon. He's got Ugin the Ineffable, so that's the 6 mana one that's
Yeah,
in our custom set. And he has drawn a land, a swamp. He also has Dragonstorm Globe and a Dragon's Prey. So he discarded a Prey last turn, but because he had another one, he's
yeah, and
getting
the
upended
Hellkites.
here.
Yeah, gonna take him down to land.
Yeah,
He won't be able to cast the globe unless he has an untapped land.
yeah. So he is playing a Sultai base, but really 5 color deck here.
Hmm.
With the globe in hand, this is not as bad
Oh yeah.
as it looks. And he's drawn another globe here.
Oh wow. Any dragons to go with those globes?
Yeah, he has the Karakik Guardian, the six
Oh
five.
jeez.
Yeah, and he produces a 4/4 here. It's still not able to attack with it, but yeah, gets to loot
Yeah,
here.
Kevin now has two Salt Road Pack Beasts in hand and a Zergo, along with two lands.
Zergo, yeah, that's not bad. No way to punch
Feels good.
through on the ground here with this 4/4.
Yeah.
So this 4/4 has Ghost Fireblade on it. It's not the Dragon Fireblade from this set. It's just +2/+2.
Hmm.
It costs 3 to equip, but if you equip to a colorless creature, it costs 1, which is pretty powerful.
Look at all these offset cards.
Yep. Well,
Um,
I mean, when you're at nine losses, you're probably gonna have a few of them.
I was not expecting to see Ghost Fireblade equipped for one on face down creature after a bookworm trick.
Yeah, we are doing it. We are maybe this is a little mini preview of the Tarkir Reforged drafts that are coming up
Oh yeah.
next starting this weekend actually. So a little preview of stuff that you might see in those drafts since there's going to be 5 of those coming up featuring our league players.
Kevin drew a Mardu Monument. Trying to figure out how he wants to sequence his
Interesting that he
turn.
looted away the land when he has a dragon. Like he could have just kept the land and been able to cast his 6 drops.
Hmm.
Instead, kept the Dragonstorm Globe, a second one instead of a land. I kind of like just being able to play Ugin or Karakik next turn.
Kevin did draw a Murderous Cut right there, so
That's going to be helpful at some point. Yeah. Yeah. So not drawing the land, not keeping the land, kind of punished him slightly. He does have a 2 drop to play in the Sinkhole Surveyor, but that's not a dragon, so uh,
no.
no counters on that. Yeah, he could just cast Dragon Spray also, but it won't destroy the Hellkite because he'll
No.
need two more for that.
But I mean, Pack Beast is kind of primed to get in against the 4/4.
Yeah, I mean he's facing down some potential damage here coming up. I mean he could also. I don't think. I guess he could bounce the Hellkite with his face down creature, and I believe that will draw him a card. I believe the Bookworm will get you a
Sure.
card for flipping something up. I mean, bouncing the Hellkite when he has no non basics is not that bad.
No, it's not.
It's just
You don't want to bounce the Salt Road Pack Beast.
looks like he's gonna go after the Pack Beast here. I feel like bouncing the Hellkite when you have no targets for the trigger is not that bad.
Yeah, I like that. And also, like it's gonna save your life total because you're getting beat down in the air. Like you've got good cards, you just want to survive and last.
Yeah, I mean, looks like this is gonna be a pretty close game here. Both players have resources, have cards in hand, have board state. So what we like to see. We
I
never
mean,
like to
Kevin
see somebody
can
running away with the game.
start going like real wide if he can get our opponent down for. Oh, there's a Kolagon off the top.
Yeah, he's discarded
Dragon Lord.
Carsey Revenant here, but in the meantime, he's just going to take 10. I mean,
Oh,
I was about to say no one's running away with this game, and it's going to be a long,
yeah.
drawn out battle, and then, oof, here comes a Kolagon.
Uh, I haven't played with Kolagon in a while. Is it your creatures have haste? Does it do
Yeah.
anything else?
Um,
Flying haste?
I believe that when your opponent casts a spell with the
Yep.
same name as a spell in their graveyard, they take 10 damage, I think.
10 damage. What is that line of text?
Yeah, it's
What is
like
that?
normally when there's bizarre text on a card, you're like, oh yeah, it's for commander, and it's literally not. Because
No. What a weird line of text. That's just like a weird constructed thing.
yeah, but like people don't really play six drops in constructed unless they like win the game
Oh
or
yeah.
else. And this, I mean, while good doesn't absolutely win the game, it may absolutely win the game here, but
Kevin's eyeing his murderous cut, thinking
yeah,
he's got removal.
I think the key point of this game was the discarding of the land to not be able
Hmm.
to play a six drop last turn. Um, ended up making it a very difficult situation here. So he could play Ugin and destroy the Kolagan. Uh, he can put counters on. He could put flying counter and a death touch counter on something to try and block. None of it is great here.
No, again, Kevin's got the removal spell in hand. He can also play and crack Mardu Monument for
Yeah, I mean he just has
3.
to. If he goes for the attack here and then there's a removal, yeah, it's
If
like
you go to the
you put the counter.
attack,
He needs to attack, but then if he's dead to removal if he attacks.
also everything Kevin has haste. So if he plays Zergo,
Yeah.
swings with Pack Beat, I mean that's 5 extra
Oh
tokens.
yeah, that's more than enough.
Plus he has another Pack Beast in hand. Like he can just slam his hand. I guess the 4 life could matter.
Yeah, I mean, if he went to 10, he would just be dead to any removal. But he's more or less going to be dead to any removal anyway. So I think
Yeah.
I think if you're Salvatore, you have to attack there and just hope against hope that there's no removal coming.
Hmm.
Because like it's one of those situations like if you can't beat something anyway, don't play around it.
Plus at this point, like there's so much removal in everyone's deck. Like
Speak for
people
yourself.
have removal. Well, it's out there, right? Like it's not hard to get good removal.
People
It's
play
you
lots
should
of
assume
removal
they got
against
it.
me. I know that.
Big attack.
Yeah, so not quite lethal, but
No, it is, right?
uh,
Yeah.
no, he can jump block here, but it's not looking. Oh, well, it was. Oh, yeah, never mind. It was lethal.
Mardu coming out.
Yeah,
Wasn't the fastest Mardu start, but a little bit of stumbling from the Dragon deck, which is like that's the story of the league, isn't
yeah.
it? Right? Like the
Wow.
aggro versus dragons.
Salvatore over here, I mean, I think you would enjoy his deck. Well, he's got three bookworms.
Ooh.
He's got a villainous wealth, Jeskai Revelation.
Ugh. So he just needs to get to like 10 mana.
Yeah, just well, I mean, he has two encroaching Dragonstorms, so that might help.
Kevin's deck looks pretty nasty too. Smile at Death, the Kolagon, Utter
Yeah,
End.
I mean, I do see a Caustic Exile and three Dragon Spray, but other than that, he is quite low on interaction or removal.
Or Salt Road Pack Beast. Look at that. We're
We
drawing some cards.
we're a fan. Yeah, there's lots of I mean, like I'm just seeing lots of three color rares in Salvatore's deck and sideboard here. I mean, I guess when you get to this point in the league,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to build decks nowadays.
It is hard, isn't it?
Oh, it's so hard. There's just so many playables. That's the thing.
And what I struggle with is the lands, right? Like, how many basics do you want in your deck that can search up 1,000 basics, but then you have 1,000 try and dual lands?
Yeah, and like I'm not a dynamic deck builder. I just sort of play with whatever I've been doing until the wheels fall off, kind of.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So Salvatore's taking out a number of cards here. He might be shifting to a different strategy, perhaps. He's taking out everything except his black cards, it looks like.
Interesting.
So he might be shifting into a Mardu deck, a black white. I don't know. He's taken out everything except the black spells. So it could be a black white deck that he's trying to do to counteract this.
In formats like this where like the meta is so extreme one way or the other, I love having like a sideboard plan for whatever you're up against, whether like it's like this is what I do when it's aggro, or this is what I do when it's dragons. I think that's always really helpful. Um, so maybe Salvatore has
I
like
am a bit concerned
a
that
plan.
he does not actually have the lands in his sideboard.
Oh no, that's a
So
big problem.
I mean, I don't know if he obviously this is it's his first league, first time obviously playing on with this type of setting on Arena, but he actually can't add more plains or swamp because he does not have them in his sideboard. So
They got
I
fixed.
mean, he's putting in white cards here, but I don't see plains in the sideboard. So uh, not sure what we're gonna do going forward here. I mean, he's gonna realize that he can't uh, put in plains, hopefully, or unfortunately.
Maybe he just says go. Maybe he just goes for it. Maybe this was the plan all along.
Huh?
Kevin, I don't think changed much. He's ready to go.
Yeah. So just if you're new to our league and you are looking to be able to side into different decks, you do. It's not like a normal draft where in between games or matches you could just add as many basic lands as you like. Since it is basically like a constructed deck that like Arena basically processes this as a constructed deck. So if you can put as many cards as you want in your sideboard, um, but you but you need to have them if you want to side into something. So he is he is building the deck here, but unfortunately does not have the lands. Looks like he's building an Abzan deck here, but like I said, going to be difficult with only one plains when he has like five white 2 drops.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see. Not ideal.
Yeah, so normally in these cases, when this does come up, the person either will either abandon the transformative sideboard or ask their opponent to restart the match, and opponent usually obliges. Usually,
I mean, it's fair. Like you said, it's a common mistake to have happen. It's not an intuitive thing.
yeah, absolutely not. I mean, you're like you've built like it's literally called a limited deck on Arena. So in our minds, when it's a limited deck, we think, yeah, we can just add as many lands as we like, but that's not the case. So it is possible that he's maybe going to pivot into Abzan with potentially enough lands to play everything he needs. Might just have to run his 5-color mana base, despite. Yeah, yeah,
I wonder if Kevin's getting real nervous. The sideboard taking this long, I always think, man, what are they doing?
yeah. At the beginning of like basically every time I build my deck at the beginning of the league or build a new deck, I just throw in like 5 extra copies of like all my basics or whatever.
That's
Just add
smart.
them
That's
there.
see, pro move.
I
Because I
don't.
can't tell you how many times I've gotten got by not having basics in my
Yeah,
sideboard.
I don't frequently sideboard, but like into a new deck. But it's. But also like sometimes you like do like especially if you're playing like if you've just built your new deck and you're not sure about the land, like how much of each land you might want to change in between matches.
Hmm.
But I guess that would never happen to you because you practice extensively. So
Here's a great story about that. Because I didn't practice in a league or two ago,
oh no,
I lost a game because I didn't have basics in my sideboard, and I had a Fey of Wishes. And you know what? I
oh
couldn't grab when I needed it.
oh
Any
man,
land,
yeah.
any land would have worked. But I had hit the 250 card limit in my sideboard, and lands are the first thing I cut, so I didn't even think about it.
Okay, so
Um,
so I think after all this, he is coming back to his original
oh no,
conclusion. Okay, so he's found uh, 3 extra forests, I think, but no, he has the one plains that was in his main deck, and that's it. So looks like he may be just
they're just
going back
they're
to the
just
original deck.
oh boy.
Riveting entertainment for you on a Monday night. The classic sideboard into D sideboard.
I mean, well, Kevin's playing Mardu. This sideboarding might take longer than the game does.
I mean, keeping a Mardu waiting that has mind game value, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. Kevin's gonna be like tired and out of breath by the time they come back. We've been fighting too long. We're not ready for this.
So it looks like he's just rebuilding the original deck more or less. I don't see too much difference. Yeah, I think he's just. I mean, I guess we can. Somebody can fill him in later about. Maybe he figured it out why he couldn't, but yeah, unfortunate that he was not able to sideboard into the deck that he you know suspected would do better. Yeah, yeah, he's got 3 extra forests and like 4 islands. Yeah, all right. He's built back up his deck here. He just needs to put in a few more cards.
Let's see if Kevin can take it home. Mardu would love the win. I'm sure Kevin would love to stay alive too.
Oh, I see some Thornwood Falls that he forgot to put in. Yeah, he has a bunch of tap lands that he should be putting in here. Basically,
Oh
all of
boy.
his tap lands, more or less.
Well, I'm sure he'll figure that out when he realizes his lands aren't right.
Yeah, I mean, he's looking right now at his land, so. I mean, I know. I'm just playing all my. Oh, he didn't put in all of his non-basics. I guess he does value having some uh, untapped lands.
You gotta have some,
I mean,
especially if you're in these 5-color dragon decks. You gotta have, I don't know, six minimum untap or like basics to search up if you need them.
well, he's running. He has like 10 or 11 more than that basics, and he could have put in more tap lands, but didn't, which is a little curious. Just like,
Maybe they, you know what? You did say didn't they have the double dragon enchantment that can grab basics?
yep,
I mean, you want a good amount of
yeah,
basics if
that's
you're
true.
running that card.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I have 11. I have 11 non-basic lands in my current deck, so I'm living the tap land life.
But you're also on. Are you playing a 5-color deck or an aggro deck?
I'm on a 4-color pile right now. That was
Okay.
I outsourced the deck build since I am incapable of building such a thing.
It's looking at these pools is really tough. Like every time I get a pack, I'm like, do I try to finally lose a color? Do I do something else? Like, there's so many cards and so many good cards.
Yeah, well, I know from playing my matches that Like I have like all my most of my good rares are in the Abzan colors, but the
Hmm.
deck just doesn't have the late. Like it just doesn't. It can't keep up. It's too
Yeah.
slow against the aggro decks, and it's not fast enough against the value deck. So I just threw in blue for a bunch of card draw.
Hey.
Sipsig Appraisers, Focus the Minds, Treasure Cruise,
Oh yeah,
throw
there
them
you
all
go.
in
Now
there,
you're
and
living.
hope for the best. And yeah, middling results, but yeah, we still got time. So what's
I'm always
is
jealous of the treasure cruises.
sorry?
I'm jealous of all the pools that have a treasure cruise because I don't have one yet, and I never
Yeah.
get to play with treasure cruise.
Well, I had triple Focus the Mind, and then I took one Focus the Mind out when I got my Treasure Cruise. So is there a delay on Kevin's end here?
No, Kevin still was sitting at the waiting for Unborn to submit. Have they submitted?
Oh, he's in the game.
Oh,
So
let me.
might want to message Kevin to restart.
Yeah, I got it.
I guess the sideboarding was so long that the Mardu player just fell asleep.
Let me just make sure it's not me. I'll stop and go back in. No, yeah, Kevin's still on the waiting for his opponent to start.
Yeah, he might want to restart if he's stuck on the waiting for opponent screen.
Yeah, Kevin's going to restart.
Okay, hold please.
So they're in the game on the other screen.
Yep, he's looking at his starting hand, and I believe he kept his starting hand. Yeah, so I do wonder about Salvatore's deck build, whether he just felt rushed and didn't put in the non basics, or whether he is like knowingly playing fewer non basics to make those Dragonstorms work every time.
I mean, I think if you're going to play Dragonstorm, you need a lot of basic lands, especially if he has two. Like, because your plan is to cast it again and again and again.
All right, looks like we're in the game. What's Kevin's hand looking like here?
He's got four lands. He's got the Greater Ashen City again, Murderous Cut, Ultimate Price, and only one creature in Shock Brigade.
Okay, so we got a bit of a color starved hand here, because we just have plains and forest here. But he's going to play his Nervous Gardener here, which he can
Okay.
turn up next turn, get an island, and cast one of his two Oblivious Bookworms if he wishes.
Nice.
So he's got two Bookworms. He's got a Thoughtstalker Warlock and Carsey Revenant. So he's requiring many colors to cast his spells here. He has only uncastables in hand, but he will be able to get a land with the Gardener. And he has drawn a swamp also, so he will be able to play Thoughtstalker Warlock.
Kevin hands four land and two removal spells.
Yeah, I mean, he really has like a lot of face down creatures here. Like I even saw he was playing like a card that wasn't even that good in MKM, but I guess just goes in this deck. But the Bubble Smuggler,
Yeah, that card I've seen around.
why not? Yeah, I mean, I think unless you have three Bookworms, you're basically never going to put that in your deck. But if you have three Bookworms, sure. Yeah. So the attacking continues over on the Mardu side.
Kevin drew another land that he can cycle, but he also could kill something if he wanted to.
Okay. So nothing to play here. At least this gives Salvatore like a little bit of breathing room here.
Yeah, it's not the start that Kevin wants out of his Mardu deck.
Yeah, now this Thoughtstalker Warlock will be able to look at his opponent's hand after combat. Yeah, like I said, like we're getting a lot of the Tarkir Reforged. This is the most cards I've seen impact a game yet, I think.
Mm-hmm.
especially last game with the Kolagon and the Bookworm and the Ghostfire Blade and very neat.
Yeah, I mean it's almost all besides a couple on Kevin's side. Even the Ultimate Price Murderous Cut, those are both offset cards.
Yeah, I haven't found. I mean, I do have like a couple really cool cards from the Tarkir Forge, but I just haven't found the mini games have been defined by those cards that I've played, except for when I get
Hmm.
to cast my Dune Blast.
Yeah, I've got a Crux of Fate, so I love it.
Yeah,
So good.
they can never quite expect a Doomblade or a not a Doomblade, but
Dune Blast. I didn't even know
a
that was
Dune
in there.
Blast. Yeah, I didn't know either until I stumbled my way upon one and said thank you to whoever put that in there.
All right, we drew a Magmatic Hellkite off the cycle, so
Yeah, not
we got
bad.
another creature.
Yeah, we're just
Double
getting so
Bookworm
much
though.
card selection here.
Yeah, this is gonna be tough. And again, Kevin also still has three lands out of his 5 cards. 4 lands.
Another land off the top, is that what we're saying?
Yeah, another land.
Aha! Joke's on you. No non basics.
I know.
It was somebody was playing in the I think it was Jack perhaps yesterday that was playing in the Winnabox sealed event. An opponent magmatic hellkited his triland, but it was actually good because he was able to get his fourth color that he didn't have. I think it like blew up the nomad outpost, but he was able to go get like an island or something like that. Something to that. It was just like, oh, it actually is fine. It actually fixed us unexpectedly. But yeah, just look at all this advantage here.
Yeah, is there removal for this Hellkite, I'm guessing?
No removal, but he does have a Hollow Merc Siege and Karsi Revenant in hand, so he's got some
Hmm.
rares here to impact the game. Looks like he's going to discard the Revenant and just start putting the counters on something.
Another land. Kevin waves it frantically in the air in frustration.
Yeah, I would be. Yeah, I'd be frustrated too. Here comes a 4/5.
Okay, pushing damage where he can.
Yeah, there's no removal for it right now, but so seeing the ultimate price in hand, Salvatore would probably be wise if he's going to put the Karsi Revenant counters on something. It's put on the Bookworm because that
Yep.
will not get targeted by an ultimate price. So let's see if he spots that. Yeah, so just he's got a Dragon's Prey, Hollow Merc Siege, Karsi Revenant. However, he is limited by having only one black source in play. So he has three different black things that he can do, but he can only do one of them.
Hmm.
So he'll have to decide here how he wants to go about his turn. I imagine starting getting the lifelink going, especially on the Bookworm that can't get hit by ultimate price.
Yeah.
Seems pretty good. You could also just Dragon Spray this 4/5 and be done with it.
Yeah, that's a nice answer. Both answers are great answers. And then all Kevin has is a handful of land and ultimate price.
Looks like he's gonna go for Hollow Merc Siege, or he's at least hovering it. Pretty important turn here to see what he decides to do, because like all three of his possibilities have merit. It's just what's gonna get him the most advantage here. Let's see, Ted's gone for the siege, and I don't think I've. I mean, I've never chose Sultai, but I just like getting the counter. Usually, when
All right.
people choose Sultai, it's when they're already ahead. Just like, well, I'm already putting counters on my creatures regularly, so sure, why not draw cards for it?
Yeah, but the menace is so nice.
Yeah, well, I know. That's what I mean. I'm saying I don't put it on Sultai usually, but usually when people do, it's because they're already ahead. Like if you're already dumping counters on creatures, you're probably doing okay in the game.
Another land from Kevin.
I suppose if you had a siege on Abzan already in play, and you drew your second siege, you could then name Salt. You know. So what is it still just lands?
3 lands
Oh boy.
and an ultimate prize.
Yeah. So this game
Yeah.
is getting out of reach perhaps for Kevin if he doesn't find some good things off the top. You
He's
know,
got him to 8.
he's trying to knockout maneuver here. However, with the ultimate price, can't really target anything anyway. I think he's just gonna destroy this dragon finally.
Yeah,
He's
makes
thinking about it.
sense.
And he does want to get this Carsey Revenant counters on. I mean, like I said, the Bookworm would be the target here. So it looks like he's just going to go to attacks and only attack with Bookworm. This is being careful here. So in hand, he
Yeah,
does
nice.
have a Dispelling Exhale, which at this time is only a counter unless you pay 2. So probably not that good against the Flood going on the other side.
All right, getting spicy.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Sickle Surveyor,
yeah,
not a May.
yeah, like when you're in Salvatore's seat, you're never like you're thinking your opponent has action, right? 3 cards in it. Like you can never assume that it's 3 lands,
Hmm.
but sometimes it is.
Yeah, sometimes you have to make that call or make them have it, as they say.
Yeah, but I mean, Salvatore's just his main concern here. I think is staying alive. But once he gets rid of this 4/5, I mean, there's not too much he should feel
No,
threatened by.
I don't know that Kevin has a way to burst out 7 points of damage through these blockers.
Yeah, I guess there was some merit in considering for him to go Sultai since he had the Sinkhole Surveyor that could put a counter on itself. But I do think
Hmm.
choosing Abzan was ultimately the correct mode here. So now he's got his Bookworm large enough from that counter to fight the Hellkite, and he can just leave up Dragon's Breath.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so it looks like this game is tipping very much in Salvatore's favor. That is, unless a Kolagan shows up, I guess.
And we'll see if they discard the counter spell.
I mean, it doesn't counter anything.
Oh, it'd counter the Kolagon, wouldn't it?
I think did he just opted not to loot? I think.
Yeah, that's a good call.
I don't know. I feel like the exhale. I mean, you could find something better. I
I
think
mean,
I think you should probably loot even if you like the cards in your hand because you might find something better than them. But he says, I like what I have in hand, so no need to loot. All right, he's drawn his Encroaching Dragonstorm here, which would have been a fine card to loot away. This looks like he's going to use the Carsey Revenant now on this large Bookworm here.
yeah.
And is that no? It's not quite lethal. He can get up to 5, 6, 7, 8 damage in the air. Yeah, he could do 8 damage in the air if he attacks with the Sinkhole.
I mean, not looking great for Kevin right now.
No, now with this life link
If he
here,
attacks, if he
most of
attacks,
his
yeah.
potential outs are probably off the table now that there's a giant life linker. And yeah, Salvatore, he saw that ultimate price and he just stranded it in hand. Basically, he just said, "I have a gold creature here that is can't be targeted. I'm gonna put all my eggs in that basket because I know you can't destroy it with your removal spell." All right, so he's getting a little more aggressive here, trying to get the game over with,
Yeah,
force some blocks here. I mean, he's going up to 12, so
no, I like it. Takes away, more of the crack back, make him block.
yeah, looks like he's going to continue to. I think go wide here. Just make one ones. Yeah. All right. So he is gonna finally use his ultimate price on the single surveyor, and I mean, he could have done that before it made 3 tokens, but
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm Salvatore, I'm feeling pretty okay about that. Like, I got 3 tokens out of it. I'm cool.
Yeah, it's just it's. I mean, it's a good card. You do want to kill it, but you know, you can tell Kevin's holding it for a big dragon or something. That's just it's not coming. He doesn't need it.
Yeah, and there's a double chump block here. Never feels good. Like, put 2/1/1s in front of the 3/4.
And then why don't you draw a couple cards too? Why not? Why not?
All right. Yeah, this time he says I'll loot away my Dragonstorm. Yeah. So yeah, like this lifelink definitely has taken any options of like a surprise haste lethal thing off the board here. All right, so we're going to game 3 here. Kevin once again with his league on the line in this match.
Kevin's looking at how many lands are in his deck. He has 25.
25, I would say, is pretty high at this point in the league.
Yeah, for aggro too, I think you want to be 24, maybe even less, But 25 is what I run when I'm running like value decks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at 24 now, but I have 2 Sagu Wildlings and like 3 Monuments, so
Hmm. Yeah,
I could
he does
probably
have
even
two
go down another one
monuments.
if I really wanted to.
Curve's not super low. I mean, he does have four. I know he's got 6 5 drops. I mean, Sunroad Pack Priest isn't really a 6 drop, but he does have four of them. Ooh, Ardenville Tactician in the sideboard.
Yeah, that was one I found. I wasn't sure why it was in the Tarkir Reforged. I couldn't identify what archetype it was supposed to be supporting. I guess aggro, but
Is it just because Adventures and Omens look so similar? They wanted to have them in there.
it's like I looked at the creature type. It's a knight, so that doesn't do anything.
It's just a good card.
It's like, yeah, it is. It is just good. I mean, we played with it recently in Pioneer Masters, right?
Yeah.
Where you could trigger your heroic guy when he was already attacking and tap your opponent's blocker. You get all sorts of those fun stuff you could do with that. Yeah, so a little bit of sideboarding here. I think it was just some cards he forgot to put back in from his sideboarding adventure. Like, he had 2 Saigu Wildlings and an Exit Specialist and his Dragonstorm Globes that he took out and the Ghostfire Blade. I think he's realizing now he probably was a little frustrated with sideboarding into a deck only to have to de-sideboard, and then uh, didn't didn't put in all the cards that he had in his deck before. So it looks like he's back to pretty close to the original version of the build.
And it's putting in some removal.
We like
Bathe and
that. We like removal.
Dragonfire, Draconic Roar.
Interesting that he wasn't running those, but I guess late in the league, like a deal 3 is not like amazing. And I mean, I would say week 4 is reasonably late into the league.
And I think a lot of his removal is more like the black kill spells.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
that's that's what you want, especially at the end of the league. You don't really want to be messing around with like deal 2 and deal 3 unless you're extremely aggressive.
Kevin has submitted. Let me know if we have another issue.
Looks like he's at 60. I think he's looking for his Roiling Dragonstorm. Okay, he found it. So now he just has to cut one card and we'll be good to go here, I think. I do want to see a big Villainous Wealth, but I also think that might be a card you sometimes need to side out when your opponent's doing what Kevin's doing.
Yeah, if I see aggro, I think I side out my 10 mana
Because like,
when the
how
game
good is
starts.
that going to be anyway? Like, you're probably just going to get a bunch of dorky aggro cards. Maybe you hit a removal or two, like a
That's
rare,
true.
but you're more likely to hit dorky
Well, maybe you hit 4 pack
Hero
beasts and
cards.
a Koligon. Holy cow.
There you go. But you do have to do X
Yeah.
equals 6 to get the pack beasts. But yeah.
Yes. But if you go X equals 10, you get it all. Kevin's keeping a prayer. A hope and a prayer.
Yeah, and again, we see the problem with some of these decks where he had 4 lands but still had to mulligan
Hmm. And now
just because the
Kevin
colors
had so
were
many lands last game, he
off.
doesn't want to mulligan.
So what did Kevin keep here?
He kept a plains and a swamp, and then a 3-drop, a 4-drop, a 4-drop, a
Oh,
3-drop.
where's the
Uh,
Mardu devotee to smooth everything out?
oh, he's missing it. If he
Yeah.
draws one land, he's okay.
All right.
If he draws a red, he's feeling real good.
Yeah, pretty okay looking hand here for Salvatore. He's got 3 more
Oh,
lands, including Terramorphic Expanse and 2
my man
forests.
draws the red
Okay,
immediately.
okay.
He's got a
Always have it.
Windcrake Siege coming
Always
down
have it.
next turn.
Yeah, so we got a Dragonstorm globe here, and we have a Karakit Guardian and a Jeskai Revelation. So some heavy hitters here. As Salvatore's just wants to create enough time to get these
Yeah,
things deployed.
I like this. Kevin's got a lot of removal in his hand, and he's seen that bookworm game after game now. Like, kill that thing right away.
Yeah, he saw like this is actually a bookworm deck. Like it's not just a
Yeah.
looter. It is actual. Oh, interesting. Interesting
Siege.
choice here to go with the Terramorphic and the Siege. I like getting the Dragonstorm Globe just in case you draw something big next turn.
But yeah, whenever I have ramp cards like that, it's like you play those on curve. They're so much better on curve than they are a turn or two
Yeah,
later.
I mean this is the rare set where you're allowed to just cast a ramp spell on turn 3 and not immediately die. Like
All
when was the
right.
last time you could cast a ramp spell on turn 3 and it was like fine to do so? It's been a minute.
This is just like a globe that taps for 1 mana. Like, we're not even cultivating.
Nope, we're
Uh,
just globing. Yeah, this might be a little bit of trouble here. If he does get a
yeah.
untapped land, he could play his Guardian, which is going to be a 7/6. Is this the
Well, I mean,
rare Mardu? Yeah, attack for
Kevin's
6.
got like his hand is speedy. Like after this is an Utter End and a Rally the
Wow, and the
Monastery.
Pack Beast. This is Mardu at its finest, I think.
Yeah, and now I drew a Murderous Cut.
And a tap land is just tragedy. Because at least with an untapped land, he could have a 7/6 hexproof. That would
The
go a long way, I
Mardu
think.
side. Playing Mardu with the Mardu side of Siege. I love it.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that. Maybe once I saw it. Yeah, like with the sieges, there's usually like one side that you choose almost like the vast majority of the time. But when the other one comes up, it can go hard. Yeah, so Thought Stalker Warlock not really the answer here. Fortunately, looks like he's going to get run over, and so Kevin just flat out drew a land every turn, keeping a 2-lander.
Yep. He kept a 2-laner and he drew all his color. He didn't have red. He now has 3 red sources.
That's what we call good magic.
You know what? I know Kevin's had a rough league
Yeah.
of bad draws and bad beats, so maybe it's his turn to have some luck with the shuffler.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's on the verge of getting the win here and staying alive, staying in the tournament here. But he's Salvatore taking another 6 here, not looking good. Just Got Revelation can be cast with an untapped land.
I mean, that's a
Whether
good
that's,
one.
I mean, that'll keep him alive at the very least.
I mean, you kill the O4 that's making all the tokens. You get
Yeah,
some blockers.
you get to bounce stuff too, right?
Yep, you can
Okay.
bounce something. I don't know what you bounce though.
All right, no land here means it's going to be a rough go. I mean, he could play a 7/6. That 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 can't be that bad.
Does nothing.
Interesting. So he does have the Durgar Island Dragon here that he can just use to tap this O4.
That's pretty good.
Um,
I mean, you still take
it's
4.
something. All right, he did draw Dispelling Exhale, so if Kevin has a follow up, I was going to say he could counter
Like
it.
he's still got Utter End and Murderous Cut, so he's just waiting for something to kill.
Yeah, the Karaka Guardian can't be targeted, but he is just going to be dead on board here. I think he has to play his Bookworm and then hope to loot. He just draw Bookworm, hope to loot into something that gets
Yeah,
rid of the O4 because that's basically his only hope here. Yeah, if he plays the Karkit Guardian, he is just what we call dead on board.
a couple of pack beasts just making it look easy.
Yeah, I was not expecting to see the siege on Mardu over there, but
Kevin's not even gonna let him
he did
get
the
to
Mardu
it.
thing. Yeah, so Salvatore has found the line that needs to be taken here. However, uh, yeah, he has the exhale, but that's not going to be good
Yeah,
enough.
Kevin can pay for it, but he's just gonna cast his other removal spell.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, a bit of a crazy start here from Kevin in game three and Salvatore mulliganing and just not being able to get anything together here. So Kevin stays alive, keeps himself in the tournament, and does it while playing a Mardu deck that does what Mardu does. So uh, I'm sure you are very proud of him, and congratulations to Kevin here. And we'll see you in a little bit for our second match of the week.